Too Crazy AI brings you today's curated AI industry news. Anthropic's revenue projection soars to $4.7 billion, with API revenue already doubling OpenAI's. OpenAI breaks through 1 million enterprise customers. ChatGPT seats surge 40% in 2 months. Google's Gemini 3 accidentally leaks. 1M token context coming soon. Let's dive into today's developments. According to the information, Anthropic raised its 2025 revenue projection to $3.8 billion, double OpenAI's comparable services. More striking is their growth roadmap, targeting 26B in 2026 and hitting 70B by 2028, while projecting positive cash flow by then. In contrast, OpenAI, despite higher overall revenue, expects cumulative losses of $115 billion through 2029. Claude Code alone nears $1 billion in annualized revenue, jumping from 400M to 1B in just 3 months. With 300K enterprise customers and a 77% margin target, Anthropic is proving sustainable AI business models aren't just possible, they're happening now. OpenAI announces becoming the fastest-growing business platform in history, with global paying enterprise customers surpassing 1 million. ChatGPT for Work total seats exceed 7 million, achieving 40% growth in just 2 months, while enterprise seats grew 9x year over year. ARR hit $10 billion by mid-2025, with analysts projecting $125 billion by 2029. Real cases tell the story. Cisco cut code review times in half. Lowe's deployed AI in 1,700 stores. Indeed saw 20% more applications and 13% more hires. Wharton research shows 75% of enterprise leaders see positive ROI, and 88% plan to increase AI budgets. This isn't an experiment, it's essential infrastructure. Google's next-generation AI leaked ahead of schedule. On November 5th, the model identifier Gemini 3-Pro-Preview-11-2025 appeared in Vertex AI code, revealing Google's imminent release plans. This isn't just an incremental update. Gemini 3 Pro brings a massive 1 million token context window and multimodal capabilities that could reshape how developers build AI applications. The infrastructure shows a sophisticated 2-tier system, a 200K context tier for standard use and the full 1M tier for complex tasks. Google has already been quietly benchmarking it across AI studio scenarios. With preview access starting this month and full rollout in December, Google is clearly making its move in the frontier model race. Perplexity just solved one of AI's biggest infrastructure challenges, running trillion-parameter models on standard cloud hardware. Their new open-source MoE kernels enable models like the 671 billion parameter DeepSeek v3 and the massive 1 trillion parameter Kimi K2 to run efficiently on AWS instances with H200 GPUs. The breakthrough? Achieving just 692 microseconds decode latency on a 64 GPU cluster. That's faster than the previous industry leader, despite working with 7 to 14 times less bandwidth than specialized hardware like NVLink. This is Perplexity's first research paper, and they've made it open source, meaning any organization can now deploy frontier models without investing in expensive proprietary infrastructure. Oh, and they just announced a $400 million Snapchat partnership to power AI search for 800 million users. Not bad for a week's work. Cursor just published groundbreaking research on making AI coding assistants smarter. By implementing custom semantic search with a self-trained embedding model, they've achieved a 12.5% average accuracy improvement. And in complex queries, that jumps to 23.5%. What makes it special? Instead of relying on generic code similarity, Cursor's model learns from real agent sessions. When agents complete tasks, they analyze which code snippets actually helped, then train the embedding model to surface those patterns earlier. Real-world impact? In large codebases with over 1,000 files, code retention jumps 2.6%, and user dissatisfaction drops by 2.2%. They're combining semantic search with traditional grep in a hybrid approach that's setting a new standard for developer tools. This is measurable, production-proven improvements in AI coding assistance. Today's craziest question is here. The AI industry's business model war is officially on. Anthropic proves a sustainable path with 77% margins and 2028 profitability, while OpenAI demonstrates scale advantage with 1 million businesses and 7 million seats, but faces 115 billion in losses. Whose strategy wins? What's your choice? See you in the comments. Too crazy AI, more craziness tomorrow.